Jacques coming in here, founder and CEO of Raindrop. I hear that he is San Diego based. I don't know how California continues to produce the world's best marketers, but it seems like everybody lives there, unless you're not living in Austin, Texas. He's 4-time Emmy Award winner. Isn't that crazy? I didn't even know that you could win. I guess I did. I'm not even sure I knew though that you could win Emmys for ads. This guy, he's been doing it big for all time and working with all of your favorite brands. We need to bring him inside of the show right now. Jacques Spitzer, founder, CEO of Raindrop. Get in here, Jacques. Get in here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at him. Look at him. Yeah, baby. Bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang.
He's rolling on us. I love to see it.
You guys aren't looking for a third co-host, are you?
We are.
My gosh.
We are. We've been.
Oh my gosh.
We've been scouring LinkedIn looking for a third host, and we think.
Am I the kind of person that has had this hat sitting on my desk all week for this moment?
I think
absolutely.
So. I think
Let's go.
A whole lot of California Cowboys.
Big fan of the two of you. Whatever you get paid, it's not enough. It's not enough. Shout out Postscript for supporting.
Shout out Postscript. Shout out our day ones. That's right.
Also, shout out the Beast Games poster behind you. I mean, just unbelievable.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Look at that. Let's
go. Here's what I'll say. I'll tell this quick story because it's fun.
Please.
So we got to do a video with Mr. Beast a couple years ago. And got to work with his team intimately. Became really good friends with a guy named Sean. Sean went on to co-create Beast Games and became a friend of mine. And he signed the poster for me somewhere in the background. But I've done a lot of things in my career, and this is the thing my son, who's 10, actually cares about. Is
he does. He does.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's it.
Man, tell me this, Jacques. For those who don't know you and don't know your brother, you gotta give us just a little bit of insight on you, brother, because man, you are road showing it around the country with YouTube. I mean, putting on these events, and brother, every time we turn around, there's like the new hottest product has just dropped, and it's got that little raindrop thumbprint. If you know what you're looking for, people can tell. I can always tell. Yep, that's Jacques right there. There it is again. I mean, give us. How did you get here, bro?
Here I'll tell you the quickest version of the story,
please.
I think that okay. So I'll explain it this way. When I started Raindrop over 15 years ago. So it's a classic overnight success story.
Yeah.
And when I started it was just me, and I was making flyers for real estate agents and gym owners. And now we've done 3 Super Bowl spots and everything else. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's silly. It's silly. I think our big breakthrough. We were 7 years into the business, and we met Jack Haldrup. He's the founder of Dr. Squatch, and they were 6 years into the business. They were doing $3 million a year in sales. And I remember exactly where I was sitting, and he asked me, he's like, "Have you ever worked with a direct-to-consumer brand?" And I was like, "Well, not yet." I'm like, "I'm just going to be honest with you, not yet."
Seriously?
And I'm like, but look at our track record of success with all these other companies. Like, you should take a chance on us. And he was like, "Sure, why not?" And so, that was such an incredible ride. I mean, to see the power of a message, we did all this strategic planning. You come up with this like vision, and it felt like it was straight up out of like a movie. I don't know how else to put it. Like we put, it took 10 months to like finally hit that chord. We put out this thing, and it just goes. And that brand, we just, for the next 7 years, we just kept coming out with stuff. And it just kept going and going, and it grew to hundreds of millions in sales. And then it ends up selling for 1.5 billion to Unilever, right?
Crazy.
So here's the thing that's crazy about this is it's like the number one question I got was, "Did you have equity? Like, did you have any of that?" Like, and it was like, no. Like they paid us to do our job. You know, they that's not how this works. It's like, you know, a lot of times, you know, you have to have the foresight and everything else to do that. So I will tell you, this Grunes news has been the most gratifying experience of my career, because we met Chad. In fact, let me show you. I haven't shown anyone this photo ever, except for Chad's seen this photo. But I sent this to Chad the other night, and I was like, dude, this is your version of Jeff Bezos sitting in his garage photo. Have you seen that photo? You know what I'm talking about?
For sure.
Okay, let me find this photo. It's worth sharing.
And then he's got on spray painted, really. It's just,
you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay.
Absolutely.
So you can see my screen. See that?
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
My God.
That is what the product looked like. It came like this when we were first talking to him, and he was like, hey, I love what you did with Dr. Squatch. I was on their, you know, part of their VC stuff. Love for you guys to partner with us. And we're like,
yeah, what did you say, bro? What'd you say?
we said yes.
You said yes right there and then?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, we said yes. And so we were probably if not the first, one of the first investors, advisors, and the brand got the opportunity to launch it from the ground zero, when it was just Chad and working on it. And then even now, currently, you know, they've become one of our largest partners. We got tons of new stuff dropping this year for them. And dude, to get it right the second time, not right, but like to have another opportunity to build a $1 billion brand was special. And then I would say the other part that's really interesting is that, you know, we were part of Native's journey for, you know, we helped them grow by 100 millions. And that earned us the opportunity to work with a lot of Procter & Gamble brands. We launched Spruce as their largest brand launch in history, and got to do multiple Super Bowl spots for that. So it's like, it's been such a cool journey. And this is just a special moment, like to be able to celebrate, you know, just, I don't know, building and taming unicorns and riding them with a cowboy hat on. Well, you know what? That's the question. Crazy. You guys wear this hat. You look damn good in it.
Appreciate it.
What if you were to ride a unicorn? What kind of hat would you wear?
I think you'd saddle up with the same hat. I think you would, and you just hold that. You just hold.
Hold the horn.
Okay.
You just hold that horn. That's what you do. You'd hold that horn and ride that thing. Now, Jacques. Okay, the reason awesome. I am flabbergasted that you rolled with Chad when he's got he's got baby package and he's got like circles of green. The reason that I'm interested, shocked, is because, brother, I know that you got a book of business with a long line out the door of people that are wanting to work with you. Is that fair?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so, you know, he's coming to you and saying, we have not started yet. I want to let's ride the rocket. Let's go to Mars. And here's what I got. And you said, let's do it. So, I mean, take us into that, because I mean, brother, you deserve your flowers, and your whole team does, because man, you guys have done this several times.
I like you. Did you? I'm on here. You give me flowers. I need to spend more time around you. Dude.
Your team deserves it, man. Your team's deserves it.
Thank you.
But bring us into that moment.
Okay, I'm gonna be brutally honest about it.
Yeah.
I'll say this: my business partner Adam was the first to recognize the opportunity with Chad. Like, so Chad was sharing the vision, and Adam was like, dude, this is brilliant. This is a brilliant idea. And I really like this guy, Chad. And because I hadn't talked to him yet.
Right.
And so then when I talked to him, you know, what the reason, so I think, why did we invest at that moment in time? You know, it really was what I recognize a pattern in is I recognize that I would say, like, what is the ROI of joy? And there's a lot of carryover from what Dr. Squatch did to what Grunes did, where it's taking a mundane daily task and infusing it with joy.
Oh, sauce.
Right. So it's like, you got to take a shower,
Yeah.
but it's not like you feel anything when you use a bar of fill in the blank. No. But now we have this brand that we built where, because of the advertising, because of everything else, but the moment you get the soap, you feel something even before you open it. That's worth something to people. And I recognize, I always said that my joke with the team was like, the biggest problem with gummy vitamins is that there's only one. I'm like, I think early on, I was like, man, this is going to be something that this is before the product really existed. I'm like, people are going to look forward to taking their vitamins every day.
Yeah.
He's doing it right. Eventually, he'll have the clinical studies, which he has to back it and everything else.
Yeah.
But I'm like, everything's organic, everything's done right. And I would say, on hindsight, the thing that I just could not have foreseen is like, Chad is he is the smartest like entrepreneur we've ever worked with. And then he went and he hired like a monster of a team. Like, he went out and spared no expense. He hired Connor and Anthony and Claire, and like, I mean, he talks about his team a lot. Obviously, he gets a lot of credit, and he really should. I think that's one of the more interesting things is, a lot of brands would languish if they didn't understand what he understood. He raised money at the perfect time. He did everything right, and so it was just incredible to watch. I still have a lot of questions for him. I told him I need to fly out to Utah because even though we were investors and advisors and close to him, there's just things that were like I couldn't ask. Like, it was like, even just knowing. And the thing that blows my mind is, early on we were trying to get people to invest in Grunes because we were invested, and we're like trying to get other people, and we got so many no's. And so the day that that 1.2 billion came out, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get some awkward texts today.
You are.
This is gonna be good, and it was.
We just had Josh Payne on the show yesterday of Open Sky Ventures, and he was like, I was going to write an angel check into Chad, and I passed on it, and it crushed me. I'm like, I'm so sorry, dude. That's brutal. Like, that's just a brutal thing. Could you talk to us a little bit about the difference between working with guys like Chad and the insane pressure of doing Super Bowl ads? Very few people can even say that they have done that, and you've done it multiple times, which is absolutely unbelievable.
Man, great question.
For sure.
Here's what I'll say. They're very different things. So, here's what I'll say. We love both types of work. And maybe I'm speaking for myself. I love both types of work. Here's why they're so different. With the founder-led stuff, it's so intimate. Like, it is. I kid you not that, like, in general, launching anything there's a weird intimacy. So whether it's Spruce or Grunes, like, there is a weird intimacy where you feel like you burst something into the world. I don't know how else to describe it, but like, I posted today on LinkedIn, and I was like, I posted a picture of both of them in retail on end caps, and I'm like, my babies, like, they're out there. There's like this weird intimacy.
Babies.
Yeah.
There it is.
I don't know. By the way, I also have those news strips. They're pretty good. I take them with me when I travel. But anyway, I guess the most direct answer to that is, when you found something with someone who's smaller, you have, like, your risk bar can be so high because you are punching against the biggest incumbents in the world. You have nothing to lose. In fact, the biggest thing that you have to lose is not going hard enough, or not, whatever that is. Whereas, like, as you get bigger and bigger, you have something to lose, and you have legal teams that need to review things and everything else. And so I would say, talk about the pressure of the two, they're very different because, in one sense, no matter what, I feel pressure with everything. You want everything to be successful, and that's part of why we say no to so many people. Is I'm like, I'm going to be in this game for the next, hopefully decade or more. We're only going to take on the stuff we feel like we can be successful with, not just everything, because then your reputation is going to get diluted. And so it's like, the reality is with the bigger ones, it's usually more about trying to protect the idea as it goes through the gauntlet of decision makers and legal, and you hear a lot more of that. It's just it's a different process. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. They're fundamentally different, but the end result, like, there's just nothing. I mean, there's nothing like putting out work, seeing people respond to it, and most importantly, buy from it. There's a lot of people that they can get their flowers and get a PR headline, but I love watching people. There's nothing I love more than doing great work for a client and have them turn around and be like, "This is really working. We need to do a lot more of it." It's really fun.
Jacques, a couple of things. I think the more I hear about Chad, the more I am convinced he is a Chad. I think probably one of like the best things. I mean, he, got all the right people in the boat early on. I think you guys were a big part of that. Obviously, right people to get in the boat early on. And secondly, you've got the podcast that you do, which is called like marketing people like,
Love.
or what's it?
Love.
Marketing people love.
They better like it. They better love it.
The more you talk, I've always wondered, like, what is that raindrop thumbprint? Like, I can tell what it is. Whenever I see an ad, I always know that's Jacques. Yeah. And I've always like, what is it? But the more you talk, like ROI of joy and your countenance, and just I think there's like something baked into your processes or your kind of foundational. It's probably you that there's like this kind of like joy, like driving at excitement and people laughing and having a good time, and then bringing them to the product. I mean, can you describe that? Am I getting to it? I feel like there is a very real thumbprint with Raindrop.
What if I just left you hanging right now and I was like, dude, you're crazy. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Honestly, look, I'll tell you the couple things, that I would consider to be like, okay, what are the things we do consistently? Yeah. So, I think the first and foremost is, and we're pretty relentless on this front. Like, I mean, it happens every week where when we're looking at work or even, the angle, it's like, I always say that most brands start fundamentally with like, what do we want the world to know about us? Right. And so they think about that way, they brief in those things. It's like, people need to know this about us. People need to know this about us. They need to know this about us. And so it's very much like, I even do this to people where I'll go to their website and I'll read their own website. And it's like, everything is like we and us. And then none of it's like you and your. It's not speaking to people. It's just talking about yourself. Right. And so one of the things that we figured out all the way back, this is, before even Dr. Squatch, but it's what led to Dr. Squatch. And it's what led to the positioning of Grooms and everything else is, fundamentally understanding that people don't buy your why as the company. You need to know your own why. You need to know, like that you need to know your why, but they buy their own why. Like
that.
Yes. And so the way I explain it to people is that everyone has an invisible orbit around them. Now, or you could make it physical. There's a physical orbit of things. Like every time they open their pantry, every time they walk out to their car, and it's reflecting back to them who they believe they are today or who they're trying to become. Right? Like, why do you buy AG1? Because you're trying to become something. Why do you buy, whatever? Because you're trying to do this. And then I think, what happens is people make these decisions, and there's sometimes a gap between who they're trying to become and who they functionally are, or the habits they can keep, or what actually makes them happy. And what makes you happy and gives you dopamine is what you're going to be consistent on, not the things that like make you sad and are hard to do every single day. You know you're going to give up on it eventually. And so in general, we're just trying to figure out what is somebody's why. You know, why are they choosing this product or this service, and how are we the answer to that why? How can we reflect it back to them? Now, you talk a lot about how we use humor. It's, I would say, we do believe, I mean, we talk about edutainment a lot, where it's like, I would say to most people, I'm like, man, I have this visual of like, if I'm standing in a grocery store, and it could be a grocery store, it could be anywhere. And if someone were to give you 2 minutes of their time, and you could actually get their full attention, explain to them what you do, whether it's a product or service, I'm like, and if you extrapolate that out of like, okay, but not just one person, but like thousands of people a minute or an hour, because that's how advertising works, you're putting it in front of people. Like, if you can get that much time and earn it and then walk people through that value proposition, what's crazy is that either they'll say yes at an increased rate, or what's even crazier is that even if they're not the core audience, they'll end up referring you to the person that is. So like, we did this big campaign for Omnipod, for example. It's a diabetes sensor. It's one of our most successful campaigns of the last year. Insulet had a record year. And it's like, the reason the ad works is that even if you're not diabetic, you end up sending the ad to someone's diabetic. And you're like, watch this ad. And then they watch the ad, and it takes them through every value proposition. And I call our advertising like adult smoothies. It's like, we're putting all the value propositions, everything you need to know, into something you actually want to consume, and then you do it at scale, and it tends to work. And it's like, that's, I mean, to me, it's like, there's a lot of forms of advertising that people choke down, and it's like, it's put in front of them, and it's like, well, I guess maybe we're just like the Dr. Squatch and Groons of advertising. We're just trying to make stuff that people actually want to watch and actually want to consume, and then you let the rest. If you actually have a great product, then the rest takes care of itself. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's like a helpful answer, but that's how.
No, that was the most helpful answer. That was the most helpful answer. I mean, Colin, you tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that needs to be baked into everybody's the back of our minds. People don't buy your why; they buy their why. And you know, creating a smooth experience that helps them, you know, get that down, take that down. Where do I want to go, and how can I get there in a way that leads me to increased dopamine and pleasantness? I mean, that there is a whole lot there, Jacques. There's a whole lot there.
I think what's tough is that people think of it this way. It's like, we have Postscript as a sponsor of this programming, right? We do. Which is great. But you know who really needs to be?
Who's that?
A beard supplement company.
Okay. All right.
Because, all right, dude, I'm serious because I'm like, if I watch this and I see a clip of you with that luscious beard, and I'm over here like,
oh no,
I'm like, am I more likely to sign up for a different form of advertising, or do I want that man's beard? I want his beard.
You know,
that's what I want.
I guess beards or Stetson hats, you know, I'm not
Both.
sure.
Both. Wow. See, the Stetson hat, though, that's the thing. The Stetson hat is expected. The beard is it's so authentic. I'll get you in touch with I know some people.
All right. I'll take it. Let me take that, John.
That means
go ahead.
It's Colin and what are both your names?
Chris, Colin, and Jack, producer Jack. Jack is making it happen in the background. And I'm here in Austin. Colin is in Charlotte, North Carolina. And the only thing that would be better is if we were in beautiful, sunny San Diego.
It's nice out here. Yeah, it's nice out here. I don't know. I've probably gone way over time on. I don't know how this stuff works.
Man, you have, but it was delightful, and we want more of it. And I think we'll just have to wait for you to create, you know, the next biggest brand in combination with the next Chad that comes along, and maybe we'll bring it back
already. I'm like, when are we doing it again? Also, now all I'll be thinking about is the fact that you hold onto a unicorn by its horn to ride. I don't know if that's accurate though.
Well,
think about it.
Wouldn't that kind of yank it back?
We got them everywhere here in Central Texas, and that's how they teach you to ride them.
Yeah.
So you know.
Can I ask for one favor before I go?
Of course.
Absolutely.
I know we're live.
We are. We're live, brother. We're live.
But
we live live.
Before we go, what sound does a unicorn make? Because horses neigh. So I just want to hear. I want to hear your interpretation, both of your interpretations. I need it. I'm trying to think of like our own advertising campaign, and I'm like, I need to know what sound is a unicorn.
Yeah. Do you want to go first, Colin, or you want me to go first?
I think it's also a neigh. I think it's like some cool. I think of
a magical neigh.
It's like a magical neigh. It's like a cool version of a horse. It's like that.
I need to hear you do it. I can't picture it.
It's like a neigh. It reminds me of you know what it reminds me of?
That was a very nonchalant neigh.
The Charlie and the oh gosh, what was that video? That
Charlie bit my finger?
No, Charlie and the Magic Mountain.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Oh, it was a crazy YouTube video, but it went crazy viral early days YouTube.
I think, longhorns and unicorns both come from northern Mexico and central Texas. That's where they come from.
Right.
And having lived here for most of my life, I think that I can say what they sound like, and they sound like this. That's typically how they sound. When they introduce themselves, caliente.
Wow, caliente.
That's my own personal experience, Jacques. But we welcome you
I'm
anytime.
gonna have to become a sponsor of this show, and then I'm gonna have to make you read that every time with that sound. You know what that sound is? That's the sound of a unicorn. Another one that Raindrop gave birth to.
That's right. That's right.
We love that.
That's what you're gonna become when you work with
Jacques. Send me the details. We'll have to figure it out. I love it. Thanks for having me,
coming, brother.
Whatever it was. I'm out of here. Kick me out of here.
Yeah, we're kicking you out.